En tus ojos agua infinita se bañan las estrellitas, mamá. En tus ojos agua infinita se bañan las estrellitas, mamá.
My name is Sound. I know Jesus is up here through my friends Omar and Heidi, and they've so graciously welcomed me to their land, to which I've visited twice now. It's absolutely amazing. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to come here and experience this. I'm so grateful that they are courageous enough to take on this endeavor and do what they're doing. It's just so beautiful to be a part of this whole situation, this whole opportunity. I leave with feelings of connectedness to Earth and to my soul family, my tribe, and to myself, and just feelings of gratitude and joy and bliss, relaxation, peace, and certainty in a brighter future.
If you could share a message with anyone interested in living like this, what would you share with them?
Just do it. If you feel called to it, don't overthink it, don't hesitate, act on it, start doing it. The path will reveal itself. You will find out what you need as you walk it. Just go forward with boldness and courage, and everything will fall into place and work out just as it's supposed to.
If you can sum up your experience this weekend in one word, what would it be?
Connecting, really, that's the best word I can think of. It's just I feel so connected to life and to nature and to the people that are here. I feel connected in value, in values. I feel connected in love, and I'm just absolutely grateful. I hope for future generations to have their connection to Pachamama and to themselves and to one another, for them to feel supported in life and to know that all of their needs will be provided, that we live in an infinite universe that is abundant and that we are worthy. I hope that the future generation knows that, and I hope they're able to live in accordance with that and be their best selves.
Any final feelings you'd like to share?
Just gratitude, abundant gratitude that I'm not the only one who's having this experience, and that I can share it with so many other beautiful beings.
En tus ojos agua infinita se bañan las estrellitas, mamá. En tus ojos agua infinita se bañan las estrellitas, mamá. Agua de luz, agua de estrellas, Pachamama viene del cielo. Agua de luz, agua de estrellas, Pachamama.
What's up, beautiful people? My name is Benjamin. Nice to meet you guys. Hope everyone's having a great day.
And what brought you here to this land they call Pacha?
Pachamama. What brought me out here was the beautiful family. Jesus, Zafir, Sure. They've taken upon themselves to really step away from the norm and cultivate a living space, living environment for themselves, and the land, really being part of the land and giving back to it. So I wanted to come out, support, and just be in that energy.
How do you envision this land being cultivated for future generations?
I see it as like really getting back to the oneness and very family oriented. So people coming out, maybe if Jesus and Zafir offer it, being able to buy us, like certain people being able to buy space, or just coming out and building sustainable living houses and just coming together as like a big family. I think it's very important to step away from what we're used to, which is a lot of noise, A lot of us live in like cities where it's really busy and you're not really able to connect to yourself. So it's very important to come out to spaces like these where, you know, we were originally a part of like the land and free living, and being able to like come to a place where it's quiet so that you can get to know yourself and tap into the land and tap into spirit. I think it's very important and essential to do those things.
Do you feel that it's crucial that more people look into living in holistic communities like this?
100%, because when I look at the way that things in the social norm are set up, it's we rely on maybe the government, or we rely too much on other people outside of ourselves. And if you're relying too much on outside sources, then you give them a lot of power, and they can manipulate that power to kind of take advantage of you, which is what I think we're seeing on a global scale right now. So it's important to be able to give back and to learn how to work with the land, to grow your own food, to be resourceful, to be able to take care of yourself and sustain yourself. And a powerful way to do that is in numbers. So I think it's very important for people to come out and experience land like this, and the experience of just being out in the open in an environment where you can self-sustain your own self. I think it's crucial, very crucial.
So for those people, especially ones living, you know, in the city life on the grid, what would you say to maybe convince them to explore options like this, especially if they're fearful of leaving behind all that was comfortable to them and all that they're conditioned to think that they need to have to live a comfortable lifestyle?
I guess I would ask them a few questions like, are you tired of feeling anxious? Are you tired of not feeling free? Tired of relying on the system so much? And usually the question for most people would be like, yes to all those. So I'd be like, there's solutions. Even if it's just coming out like every few months and just feeling the energy. And when you come out to a land like this, it's so peaceful because again, you're away from all the noise and all the distractions. So you're really just able to sit with yourself, and just you get like a really calming and at ease feeling. And I always say, like, doesn't it feel good to feel good? So keep doing the things that feel good, and your spirit's gonna naturally want to bring you out to space like this, and so you can experience this. So I would say just step outside your comfort zone. That's where the magic happens. Man, I just hope everyone begins to do things that benefit themselves, because when you benefit yourself, you're able to benefit others, and that all comes with doing the inner work for yourself. And it's an amazing feeling to live your dream. You can either have your dream or live your dream, and it's very nice to live your dream. And Source, God, the universe, however you look at it, has set up and give you that sovereignty for you to be able to like, create your own reality. And the more you step into it, the more power you gain through that. And yeah, those are my words of wisdom. Love yourself so you can love others.
Agua de luz, agua de estrellas, Pachamama viene del cielo. En tus ojos de agua infinita se bañan las estrellitas, mamá.
My name is Heidi.
And what brought you to Pacha?
The beautiful community that I had experienced in Sophia and Jesus's apartment, their previous home. I'd gone a couple of times just to experience spending time with others that were, I guess, like-minded, but also coming from different, skills and trades. And it's just such a beautiful experience to share music and meditation and just energy with them. Sophia and Jesus were telling us that they wanted to were sharing their idea of building community on a land with so something that called to me and sounded so beautiful. And so I wanted to come and experience the energy and the beauty of the land and the intention that they've set for it as well.
So if there's one thing that continually draws you back to this space, and if you could put it into one word, what would that word be?
I would say that it just feels like home, and it just feels so natural to be here, and there's so much peace at it in the space.
So if anyone is curious about this type of lifestyle or living a little bit more remotely away from like the luxuries we're used to having, what kind of advice would you give them?
To go ahead and begin to explore it. If they're feeling fearful or uncertain of fully diving in, to just go ahead and explore it, explore the land and get close to the land, because if you can feel that connection that we naturally have with Pacha, the land, it's so easy to allow yourself to then be called to that want of going to something more rural or alternative, or just being closer to nature. What's my favorite aspect? I would say the beauty of just like the connection and acceptance. You know, we all connect from love, and whether it's love of nature or just love within our humanity, it's a beautiful way to connect. Connecting with nature is such a beautiful experience, and it's something that I think comes intuitively to all of us if we allow it. If we spend some time walking, sitting, exploring, you can find all the peace and healing just within yourself in that connection.
From myself.
You're helping yourself.
Los dormidos are missing out.
I know.
I know.
We gotta save them a little.
I mean, it's only natural that your eyesight wants to go to like where you're gonna step next when you're not balanced.
Yo me llamo Zafir.
And I'm Jesus.
And what brought you here to this land?
Mi corazón.
Yeah, like I guess kind of simply I wanted to get out of the city was part of it, and get out of the hustle and bustle and all that noise that happens over there. That's definitely one aspect of it.
That, because it's so connected to how we feel, you know. So yeah, we wanted to. There was a bigger purpose than just to take that step, not just because we wanted to be out in nature and like just because we hated the city, you know. It was more because we felt as a family and as individuals growing up in that environment, it was not good for us. So I guess for that's definitely one of the many reasons that brought us here, you know, and definitely being and wanting to be more connected to the natural world, you know.
Yes.
And why'd you name the land Pacha?
Well, Pacha means earth, right? In
Quechua.
In Quechua?
Quechua, Aymara.
South American native language, and we kind of together. That word, I guess, together kind of has meant something for us. So this is kind of earth offering.
And also, it was not to. I don't like to use the word property. I don't like to use. And even though it may still come out of, it still may come out of our mouth. It's okay. For me, I wanted to. It's life, you know. It's as we are. So it just felt better to say we're going to Pacha. You know, we're going there.
Yeah.
And we're caring for the land here, and yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you envision for this space? For this?
Love.
Love. Yeah, love. Love.
Love and well, like
physically.
Like a few weeks ago, a friend of ours came to visit us from up north, and we kind of took from that whole. He was here for like 5 days or so, and he told us that it was very healing to be here, and kind of helped him you know, heal in what he needed to be healed at the time, and we kind of took that as that's what we want this place to be, where people can come for as long as they want, and if they just heal, you know, and just be part of the living rituals of living
in a
with
more,
us
in a
here.
more it's not attached to anything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, we've been raised to live in a way like it's always dependent. So you come here and there's no dependency. Like, you walk in and you're just there's no, oh, they give me this or that, you know. It's just like, come in and then live. So yeah, you know, we get to live here and be here every day, and it does something unique to us, you know. So to have even a glimpse of this in your life for a little bit, I think is the gift that we can have by being
inspire,
here.
Yeah, and
By us being here, that's something that was a big reason why we're here.
Yes, community.
And that's, at the end of the day, that's what it is. Because as much as people come in here, say they need to, for example, it's a needed exchange no matter what. Because the presence here, whether it's by helping or just by sharing that energy, is ultimately what we do as human beings, and we're actually getting to experience it now versus not, you know?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So what's been the most rewarding part of this, and what's been the hardest part of it?
Rewarding for me has been to be with my family. To know that what I thought was possible is possible. Because being here with my family and being really able to be in the present with them, it's very rare, you know, and I understand why people can't, because of the way we've been raised, you know. That has definitely been one of the many positives. Just getting to live life freely that way. And the hardest,
And like right now we're having issues with a car.
yeah.
So we're learning though what that means here. Like not having a car here does. We've been gracious enough to have good neighbors that have offered us, been able to give us rides to the supermarket. But we're not. But it's not very.
Yeah, it's not like hard.
You know.
Something came to mind
Yes.
because I want to be honest. The hardest part is not so much physical or anything that, you know, especially if you see how we're living, you realize that hard, like, it's like not a big deal depending on how you see hard. But what has been hard is making that transition out of, because you have relationships.
Okay. Yeah. To fully exit.
Fully exit and just accept that you may be away from people that you really care about, and like kind of taking that step to what you feel your calling kind of thing. Not necessarily, I wouldn't use the word hard, but it has taken a lot of like saying, okay, you know, we're gonna step into those uncomfortable feelings.
Yeah.
To take that step, to really fully commit as a family, as one, to say, okay, we're gonna do this way, you know, and whatever that comes along with, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, still ongoing, even if it's within us.
I guess will always be ongoing.
Or maybe not.
Maybe not.
Every soul that passes through this land, if you could choose one thing that they leave and take with, what would it be?
Iris.
Maybe how our friend Gerardo left. He left with a sense of peace of mind, you know, and that things are, I guess, anything is possible if you know, you're willing to put in the work, and it's not work in the end, you know. It's just a way of living now.
And to always know that, to kind of have a sense more of like who you are, and that you say like, yes, this is who I am, you know, and it has nothing to do with anybody else. It's just completely your relationship with yourself, just because you see yourself with the natural world, and it's like a beautiful mirror, you know.
For people who are like interested in living like this type of lifestyle, like what advice would you give them? Or if they're like, I don't know if I could do it, or man, like I still have a job, like what would you tell them?
To be kind of ready to let go of a lot of conveniences and things that were once important to you, including like the entertainment and the places that you can go to, things like that, and have to be okay that that's not really going to be your life anymore, for a better thing. Because you believe it in your heart that that is a better thing to get to exit all that.
What Jesus is saying is, we think that the problem is going to be money, which that's something to figure out as far as the physical aspect. Like, don't get me wrong, that's something that you're going to have to figure out. But the true decision has to come from inside, knowing that those are going to be things that you're going to have to deal with. So it's a very internal thing to say, I'm no longer I don't want to compromise anymore. Like, if you feel like there's a way, someone's doing a way that is not just, and you're part of it, it's like you have to take that full stance and say, all right, I'm going to commit to doing it that way. And not settling. Like, for me coming here, it was more of me not settling anymore, as best as I could, with the teamwork of Jesus and us working together, So it's definitely more of an internal thing than the physical. The physical, if you understand money, you understand that you really don't need that much, and then the less you have, that you really don't need that much money at all. So you'll discover that all that's a big illusion as well, and that you're able to survive. Like, if you just see our fridge here, this is not for everyone. We can here sustainably make beautiful houses, which we are, right? And I accept that this is going to be temporary, and I'm okay with that. Maybe I want to live like this forever with only one little house. Like, that's to each his own. We can create conveniences ethically, and that's what we have to remember, is we don't have to always start like this, but if we can start communities this way, then they already have a foundation of being that way. It doesn't get into exploitation or abuse or all the other stuff, and how you quote unquote fight what is going on by not partaking and creating something different. I'm grateful for community. I'm grateful for people like you to care and to put stuff together like this, and I think that's what it's going to take for us to get comfortable in talking in front of the camera. And sharing our personal stories, just because we are you and you are me, and you understand now why it's important to pass this along for future generations, in different words and different thoughts, so it goes beyond us. So I'm just grateful to be able to do this and to share these experiences with everybody. Cut for some fruit.
Agua de luz, agua de estrellas, Pachamama viene del cielo.